So hi Rowan,
Hi, Keisha.
congrats on your really good day today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We're glad that the vibe is good. There's a good turnout so far, and we're just expecting a positive day. Yeah.
Now, I know there's been a lot of negative backlash in terms of people who are in higher positions and airing their views about what they think of the gay community. What has been the response like within your community in taking what they have said about you guys?
The thing is, it's nothing surprising. So anytime we do something surrounding community visibility, we expect that there's going to be backlash. So what I do as somebody who is heading an LGBT organization, we try to garner support from as much allies as possible, because we really try to protect those who are most vulnerable, because those are the ones who are most scared, who are in the most danger. So what we're really trying to do with this march especially is get a lot of ally support and people who are straight and people who are cis and people who are involved in a lot of other things that are just going to come out and say, you know what, this is about equality, and we're not necessarily going to take on the negative criticism because it's something that we're used to and it's something that we're accustomed to. But what we're trying to do is have the positivity drown out the negativity.
There has been a little talk about you getting some pushback as well from the police and law enforcement, and how you may or may not have been, what's the word, priced higher than a normal parade or a normal protest. Are these allegations true, and how did you move around that?
Well, we did have to pay a quite hefty sum to have the police services used today, but I'm not going to go out and say that it's because of homophobia or it's because they're being discriminatory. I'm going to give them a fair judgment and say that it might be because we requested an extra police presence, and I have no proof to say that, you know, they have any sort of negative feelings towards us, because in dealing with them personally, they have been very accommodating, they have been very positive, and it's something that we were actually surprised by pleasantly, and we want to keep that relationship going because they've proved to us that they are with us in solidarity. And with regards to the money and the funding, I'm just like, you know what, if we're using their services and they want to charge us extra for extra presence, we're not complaining.
What are your objectives for today, and what is it that you would like the wider community to know about the LGBTQ plus community?
I just want people to know that we are human beings like everybody else. We get up, we go to work, we pay bills, and just like everybody else, we want to have the opportunity to celebrate who we are. We don't need to hide aspects of ourselves. We don't ask other people in public, in the society, to do that, and I don't think we should have to hide who we are. And I think today, I hope that it proves that a lot of people within society can come together, whether gay, straight, bi, trans, whatever, and just show that we're about equality, we're about inclusion, and this could be a really positive celebratory event.
Now, everybody's been online and offline talking about this gay agenda, that the community has an ulterior motive for doing these things. What is your response to the gay agenda? What is it, if there is any?
At this point in time, I'm still not sure of what the agenda is. I wish that maybe the people who are speaking about it can maybe send us a list, a memo or stuff. But as a member of the LGBT community and as the leader of an LGBT organization, our agenda as an organization is to just achieve equal human rights for everybody, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of gender identity. Everybody needs to be able to live with certain freedoms because we are human beings. And I think that there's a certain level of fear-mongering that's happening, and people think that they're going to lose certain freedoms if the LGBT community gets certain freedoms, and that's not the case. We want everybody to be able to live equally and everybody to be able to live freely, and that's it. That's the gay agenda, or at least that's my gay agenda.
All right, so Donnya, how you feeling?
I good. I cool.
Is this like the first gay pride parade?
I know there's been some contention about it because we've marched before, and the marches were more about us protesting the issues that we face as a community. But the parade now, which is what it is today, is a parade / march where we're more celebrating diversity. So Biglan has, taken some time to think about how our messaging should go, and Pride celebrates diversity and inclusion as well as equality. So instead of lamenting and woe me, we decided to change it up, and be able to celebrate. And initially we were real nervous about the turnout and nervous about how it would go, and security. The police has been awesome to us. And we have some good security. You have 6 police on patrol. We have the truck, which is much bigger than I thought. You know, and
you got a full Kaduma truck though.
Kaduma truck, and I feel that this is a perfect day. The weather is great. There's still the crop over festivities in the air, and we're gonna move like crop over, but at the same time knowing that we're celebrating diversity, inclusion, and unity, and all that good stuff. Yeah, man.
I know that you've recently received an award from the Queen of England, and you've been doing a lot of work overseas, internationally. What was your objective in going overseas and promoting what Barbados has in terms of Be Glad?
A lot of the time when you see a lot of activists, especially in the Caribbean and in West Africa, working a lot in the UK, is because people don't understand that these laws were imposed upon us by a colonial government, and people feel like, you know, it's the UK and the United States of America that is imposing, you know, this homosexual agenda and all of these buzzwords. But the truth is that the laws that we have were not from us; they were from our colonial masters back then. And so, in order for us to stamp our sovereignty, you know, they, in truth and in fact, they owe it to us, you know, as people who are vulnerable on the ground, and not only LGBT people, but there are laws that, you know, that make women vulnerable and the disabled vulnerable that we would have had back in colonial times. So the UK especially has a responsibility to help us change these laws, and so we go there when we muster up a lot of funding, a lot of support, so that when we come home we have resources to work with, and we can do something like this.
What is your objective for today? Like when all of this is over and everybody is now calming down and the effects of the revelry is over, what is it that you want the wider community who've had their negative comments, what do you want them to know?
I want them to know that it's a celebration of diversity. There's no one Bajan. Bajan comes in different sizes, different shades, different colors, different sexual orientation and gender identities, different abilities, and we're celebrating that. There's no one religion, there's no one sexuality, there's no one race, and we're celebrating the differences that we all have, but at the same time acknowledging that when we unite and when we come together, things can be done and things can change.